So I'll have to change names when they load up. But so we got match 2. We've got Sean Ottaway versus Josh Potucek. I get that right?
Potucek, yeah.
Thank you. So when they load up the games, I'll fix the nameplates, and then we'll be good to go. So this one's going to be pretty interesting. I think this one, having seen the deck list, is going to be a little longer than than the last match. Just a shot in the dark.
I mean, it's certainly it has the potential to be really fast as well. Games 1 and 2 in the last match were lightning speed, but this one could still be fast. So just while they're setting up to get back to Brian, I think letting Matt Gottschall Oath there wouldn't have been the end of the world. If you have both Gristlebrand and Lodestone Golem and 17 life, I think you're fine. I didn't realize that he only had 9 cards left in his library after after drawing 7. So because there was exactly 9, he could do 2 cards from Dig, 7 cards from Gristlebrand after attacking and deterministically kill. So you're right, that's a better play. But I'm pretty certain that Ancient Grudge in the graveyard, Dak Faden's taking your win condition, and having my life leaking flyer, I think he's fine. I don't know if it's a bad play. It's a safer play. Your kill is definitely better, getting the guaranteed kill is always better. But I did not realize it was deterministic, and that's the difference. But you're right that getting the kill immediately is always better than waiting a turn.
Yeah, it could have been a much more exciting turn than go.
Yes.
It could have been a much more exciting turn than go. So
I definitely think if Matt Gottschall had main phase drawn his 7, that game could have been way closer.
Yeah, and it's funny that he top decked both his creatures.
Oh yeah, Matt.
Yeah,
with the Sphinx and the Auriok, yeah.
Where it draws Sphinx and then draws Salvagers, and it's like, oh, cool. That's just what I wanted to draw.
I'm gonna refresh the stream because it's frozen on my computer, but that's probably just me. I just wanted to double check the chat box, see if anything new is there. All right, so it looks like we're getting ready to go. Sean won the die roll. He's taking the play. So Josh is showing us a hand with forces and thought casts. This hand is heavily reliant on Ponder, but I think Josh has to keep this even though it's only a 1-lander. Sean is showing us Splinter Twins. I guess he got word that it was banned in Modern and wanted to remind everybody that it's still legal in Vintage. He threw that one back. Now we have much more typical Vintage hand.
Yeah, just Gush, Preordain, Misstep. So this is a double Thoughtcast Ponder. Ponder hopefully finds some artifacts. Thoughtcast probably means artifact lands, most likely. Easy assumption. But, so do you step the Preordain here? I think I do, just to slow my opponent down.
I definitely don't. If I'm Josh, I am all in on my Ponder. And so I want to make sure my Ponder resolves. And so I want to misstep his misstep on my Ponder. His opponent's already mulliganed. So throwing misstep at Preordain seems weak. Apparently not to Josh. I guess Josh is ready to throw Force of Will to protect his Ponder. So now that his opponent is down to 2 cards, Josh might consider forcing the Preordain. I wouldn't. I think that's terrible value.
I wouldn't force it. Like getting his opponent's misstep is great because now we can Ponder. Like the same thing happened just the other way. It would have been done on his turn, but both players discard a card and lose 2 life.
Yep.
So, is he preordaining? Actually, did Sean scry? I don't know if Sean scried.
He may have missed it. It's too late to fix now, though.
Yeah.
He ends and he misses his scry.
Yeah. It's such a nice rule, but not everyone's super used to it. All right, so he picks up a. What's he doing?
So a misstep was drawn off the Preordain.
It was Bolt misstep, and he kept.
Oh wow! And Josh drew Ancestral. Oh boy.
So is he gonna force to protect his Ancestral from the misstep?
I don't Ancestral here. I just throw out Ponder. We have way too many cards in our hand to throw out Ancestral. We have the possibility of Ancestraling and then drawing 3 not lands and having to pass and discard.
Sheepishly pass.
Yeah, so I would definitely Ponder here. We see 4 cards. We have a high chance of seeing a land and/or artifact for Thoughtcast, and we set up our Ancestral. Sean is definitely going to misstep the Ponder. He has to
Slows
keep his
opponent down.
Yeah, he has to keep his opponent honest. I'm reloading the stream. So I think we definitely, if I'm Josh, I fetch, cast Ponder, it gets misstepped, I let it resolve. If Sean's going to play Valk and float for Gush. I think at that point I would probably force the Gush, knowing that I have Ancestral and I want to fight over it on my turn. But we'll see. I could also see Josh letting Gush resolve. The only card that Sean could hit off the Gush, only cards would be Tinker or Dak Faden, and in both cases, Josh is covered. So he may just hold off and let Gush resolve and try to fight value with value. Ancestral does better than Gush.
Yeah, so that's the bolt he kept on top. Though he might just wait on the Gush till he actually wants to do something.
Yeah. Well, see, now Josh has to fire off this Ancestral.
Oh, now he definitely does. He just do Mentor. And he's got these Thoughtcasts junking up his hand.
He doesn't have to, right? But he missed the land. He'll miss the land drop if he doesn't. And, okay, so he's going to wait. He's being patient. But so keeping a 1-lander telegraphs a lot to your opponent about what your hand is. And, his opponent has to know that Josh has at least 1 Force of Will, right? And his opponent should also believe that there is another conditional counter at minimum, if not another Force of Will.
Okay, so we got an Ancestral in response, which I would Gush in response. I don't know how many missteps he plays, but this is like the misstep target.
He plays 4, doesn't he? I mean, I would imagine. Let's take a peek at his list. He has to. Yeah, he's playing 4. He has to protect his Splinter Twin target. It's Deceiver Exarch.
Yeah, it's Exarch. It's Plow. It wants to stop Plow.
Plow. Yes, it's protect against Plow. But he is floating. What did he float? Blue. Okay.
Oh.
So now we're getting a force. As I said before, he would force to protect the Ancestral.
Yeah.
Knowing his opponent's on air. So force is going to resolve on Gush. We can see that. That means Ancestral's going to resolve and he's going to draw 3. Time Walk, Flusterstorm, and Seed of the Synod. See, now if he had Ancestral on his own turn, he would have Seed in play and he'd be able to Flusterstorm if Sean had to play. I think we have to let Preordain. Yeah, Preordain happens.
Yeah, you don't want to force that. That's not a force target.
Yeah, but see, now he's behind the land. There's really no way he's going to cast Thoughtcast next turn unless he draws the Miracle Soul Ring gets him there. Yeah, he needs Soul Ring to get to Thoughtcast next turn. He's not going to blow Time Walk yet. He's going to wait on that. So the way his hand looks to me is he has Force pitching Time Walk with Flusterstorm backup, and he's got a land and 2 waiting cards. Looks like Sean Ottaway has all the Preordains. That's 3 Preordains to open the game.
3 Preordains, 2 missteps.
Yeah, apparently the Moto Shuffler didn't do a good job, or the Shuffler. Just seeing the same cards.
I've seen people in paper events blame the Moto Shuffler, so I think it's always the Moto Shuffler.
Always the Moto Shuffler?
Always the Moto Shuffler.
Okay, so now Sean has his Flusterstorm. He plays Valk. I don't know if I like the Valk there from him. He doesn't know that he could need Lightning Bolt. He sees Underground Sea. Josh is known for playing Landstill, which is Wastelands. I would probably play around Wasteland here and get the island down. So Josh just hit a great card. He hit Library. So we just go Library Pass here.
We could Library... No, that takes too many cards out of hand. Yeah, Library Pass seems perfect.
Yeah. So now we really put Sean on a 1-turn clock to do something. He has to really threaten Josh here.
Yeah.
His best card's probably not Pluto Delta. I was going to say Tag Page.
Exarch would have been amazing because you could Exarch the Library on upkeep.
Yeah, I mean, Exarch would have been good too. That would have worked. It would have tipped his hand on what he's playing, though.
You know.
And I'm fairly certain he's dead to rights in this game now. So if I'm Josh, we just go Library, draw a card, play Seat, play Time Walk, and then
draw another card and
go from there. I think we start riding the Library train right now.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to beat right now.
I mean, it's pretty hard to beat. Period. There have been a number of players over the years who have said library is safe to come off the restricted list, and they're just patently wrong. Like, library mirrors in the blue matchup is the worst, most abysmal thing ever.
Every match would go to time 0-0-0.
Yeah, it would just be abysmal. You know, you'd have if you didn't play them all main, you have to play the other three in the sideboard, and like it's just like okay, before we start having a counter fight, I'm gonna draw 4 cards. Or 3. I don't like that.
So they unrestrict library, and then they
Ooh, Josh is choosing to be patient on his time walk. Um, it's not a bad play, but I think he should have pushed the tempo there. He knew his opponent was out of cards. All right, so now Josh is just going to play Mox Pearl and pass here. Yeah, he's just going to pass. He's going to end step Thirst for Knowledge after drawing with Library. He's going into full-on...
Hope he's drawing main phase. He's trying to get a land.
Yeah, I don't like that play. I think we should just pass, because we're going to end step Thirst for Knowledge.
Unless he wants to mentor. You think you get impatient and mentor, or mentor to get a counterspell? Because Tezzerator does more here than mentor does.
He's played so passively here this whole game. Like, he could have time walked last turn and been aggressive. He could have forced earlier. I don't see him playing mentor here, but there he goes. Or is this Thirst for Knowledge?
Mentor. Mentor eats either a counterspell or something that deals with Tezzerator. Red signifies Lightning Bolt. Pretty much, red signifies Lightning Bolt, and he wants that Tezzerator to live, because when you Tezzerator for the vaults, you then have to have Tezzerator live a turn, and then you can... Because he also has misstep for it, so he's just playing around. So he's going to bolt. I was like, okay, misstep it. And then he gets it Flusterstormed, and it's like, oh... Yeah, well, he force back.
He drew a misstep off Library, but... So he loses... His Flusterstorm's down right now because he's tapped out. If he had just waited a turn, right? He end steps, uses Library, then goes for Thirst. He has his whole hand full, and then he can play Mentor with mana, with protection. I don't like it there. Now that said, yeah, so here's what's going to happen. We're going to get Mentor. Flusterstorm is going to resolve on misstep, and then we're going to force pitching...
Thoughtcast.
Probably Thoughtcast, yeah. We're going to force pitching... Oh, wow, he's letting it go!
He lets it go. He doesn't care. He just wants to get all the cards out of his opponent's hand and have as many cards as he can back up, because he's looking to draw lands.
Library.
He's looking to draw lands and then throw down Tezzerator and be like, all right, I got a Tezzerator. And
yeah, I just think next turn he could have played Time Walk and Thoughtcast and killed his opponent. Like he had the game. If he saves Mentor with force pitching Tezzerator, he wins the game with Mentor.
Yeah, Mentor plus Time Walk.
Yeah, he would have had Mentor, Monk. Then he casts Time Walk and Thoughtcast, which double triggers and creates 2 new monks. And then he has Thirst for Knowledge on the next turn. I mean, Matt, I think your opponent with 1 card in hand, you having Mentor, 2 tokens, and Time Walk, I think that's plenty of reason to force there. I don't like main phasing Library into Mentor. But if we're going to go with the Mentor play, I think we need to just follow it home. I don't like getting away from it so fast.
He can't... No, he would have to pay full price for Gush. This is a snap on a preordain?
No, he's going to bolt the Monk, I think.
Just to bolt a Monk?
I don't know. He could trade with the Monk, but that's not reliable. What?
I don't know. I mean, I let the snap resolve, I think. And then whatever he gets, you just don't...
Oh, that's a preordain?
Yeah, he's just going through his deck a little more.
I don't see what he's trying to get.
I don't know.
You know, we know Sean's playing Splinter Twins and Deceiver Exarchs, so I'm trying to figure out how he's going to win this game, and I just he's too far behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
Card wise.
Maybe he's trying to find Ancestral. I don't know.
He could put Splinter Twin on Snapcaster Mage. That'd be cute.
I would be a fan of Splinter Twin on Snapcaster Mage. That would be ridiculous. He would just burn through his deck, find more air, and then lose still.
Okay. So Josh is going to draw off Library here, play Lotus Petal. Oh, he can probably... Again, I think he just waits again. I would just wait and end step Library with Thirst for Knowledge.
I think it's fine because he has something to play. It's gambling for a land is way different.
but he wants to discard Lotus Petal to Thirst for Knowledge. Like, I think he's pushing the library on his turn too fast, and it's gonna. He's not gonna get punished for it because Sean has air. But I think he's being overly aggressive here. I would definitely wait. Sure, Matt. Tezzeret and Time Walk is a win, but Tezzeret and Time Walk cost 7 mana, and he's bottlenecked on mana. So I just don't like that line. I don't. Why is the Mox Pearl tapped? Oh, he's gonna cast something here.
I think he's walking.
This is gonna be thought. It's gonna be thought cast.
Oh yeah, what fuck? Oh, he's walking.
It's gonna be both, maybe.
No, he would have to break pedal. He could still do it for 2, but he'd have to break pedal.
Yeah, I mean he hasn't been announcing his triggers either, but I'm assuming that he's gonna know it's a 3/3.
Yeah.
Wait, breaking pedal doesn't work because he loses the artifact.
You declare Thoughtcast and then you pay for it.
Okay.
Just how the End Your Explosives works, Thoughtcast works the same way. I remember when I used to play Affinity back in 2004, you could declare a Thoughtcast and then you could break your Chromatic Sphere to pay for it. Because you announce spell and then you pay cost for like the exact same reason why Lion's Eye Diamond has that weird errata where it's an instant. Because you can't declare stuff and then break a Lion's Eye Diamond to pay for it.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the Time Walk turn. He just went right into it. I don't like the Time Walk there.
Yeah, he's got a 1 mana Thoughtcast now, so he can double Thoughtcast for what it's worth.
Oh, so Matt was saying with Tezzeret, if you play Tezzeret and then +1 to untap 2 lands, the Mox Pearl and the Seed of the Synod, and play Time Walk, you'd make 3 5/5 artifacts, and that would be lethal.
Oh wow!
But he didn't have the mana for it then. There we go. Now he's got all the mana. That's the nail in the coffin, boys.
The Academy, yeah.
Yeah, Academy and a Turbo Tez deck is usually the end of the line.
School's out.
Sean can't even pact because he only has 4 cards, and even if he could pact, he's down.
He should pact gracefully.
I wouldn't pact because it shows that we're a hard
combo
deck.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Like all Josh has seen is Delver cards. Josh is gonna board for Delver here.
Yeah. There's Key. And then tap for Tez, and then Tez for Vault, and then take 1,000 turns.
Yeah, he should also play top because it's free, because Academy's in play. So I would play top just in case you needed to have in some magical Christmas world where Sean can interact here. I would just want to have the extra mana or the extra ability of top. You know, putting the artifact in play and then using Academy means that it costs 0 here.
And nope, he's thought casting. He's pushing
And
it
he's
a little
counting
bit.
Storm. He's either
Is he showboating that he's doing the? Does he have a Storm card in his deck?
I don't think he does, but I think he's using the Storm counter to mark the Monk triggers without announcing it. Let's check through his spells. There's Yawgmoth's Will. Flusterstorm is his only Stormish card.
Okay.
He has no cards in his sideboard that have Storm either.
Okay.
He could just be setting Sean up to think that...
He's Storm. He's really just doing prowess.
Yeah. Josh puts Soul Ring into play. See, he didn't put the top into play. I don't agree with that.
There's no reason not to put top in play. Yeah.
Yeah, I would just... I don't see the like, if you put top in play, it's just there. You can draw a card with it. You can flip it. You can do so much with it. He also has Tinker in hand. Like, he's got so much here.
He's everything. His opponent has just played 3 preordains.
Yeah, and like he's like thinking, like what could his opponent have to answer Tezzeret? Like Reb is the only card, and he would have Flusterstorm and Force of Will. Like, and Storm is like 1,000,000.
Yeah, it's. I don't know.
So, I think he's just posturing to get mind games. Like I said, Josh is a very competent player. He's played a lot of decks. So, one of the things you have to be careful with is telegraphing your deck build and your design. And so he's being very careful to not do that. But, yeah. So, Volcanic Key's already in play. I believe Sean's going to concede. Josh is shortcutting immediately to putting Tezzerator at 2. This is over.
Yeah, so.
We are all done. Okay, there we go. There's the concession from Sean.
All right, so cat's out of the bag on Sean. He's playing Splinter Twin, which he has dubbed the Reunion Tour. He does have Sudden Shock in his deck, which I like. He's got 4 Misstep, Twin, Exarch, Snap, 2 Gush, Dig Cruise, bunch of good stuff in there. I could see him bringing in the Pulverize. That
Definitely.
seems pretty good.
He's going to bring in both Pulverizes and all 3 Hercles, if you paid attention to that game. He's also likely to bring in Pact of Negation as well. So we have 6 cards coming in. Cards going out, likely Sudden Shock, X2.
He saw Mentor. He wants Sudden Shock. I think he takes out
Oh,
Bolt.
yeah, he did see Mentor. I forgot he saw that.
He takes out Bolt because he doesn't want to get misstepped, and Sudden Shock is the same answer to Mentor.
He may leave Bolt in to kill Tezzerator. We'll see how that goes.
Maybe Packed out then, because he can't go all in, because his opponent's playing Thirst, and his opponent can get ahead of him. Because if you're playing against a Gush deck, I can see Pact being good, because Gush is just 2. Going through 3, even though it's just 1 card different, I think your opponent's going to see a lot more overall.
Yeah. So Sean's probably going to be about Snapcaster, like Pact, Snap, Pack, like trying to just combo.
Yeah.
Like, he's all in on this combo. He has no other way to win the game than twinning an Exarch.
Yeah. And Josh has Null, Swords. He doesn't know what his opponent's on, so...
He hasn't twin, so when Null's not... He's going to board like it's Delver.
Yeah.
If I was Josh, I'd board like it's Delver. So I'd bring in Dismember and 2 Plows and Engineered Explosives. If I'm Josh. That's my board.
Yeah. He does have a balance in here. I didn't even see that right away.
Yeah. And that card's great, and that's a classic Josh card. The Dismember and the Plows are actually going to be great for him. The 3 of them kill Exarch.
Yeah.
So they're actually amazing. The Explosives, it's unlikely that he knows to set it to 3 or 4, so we're probably not going to see Explosives used properly. And he's probably not going to put it on 0. Sean's got a terrible 7. He's mulliganing. Do you want to remind them about scrying, or are we going to let him just play? It's up to you.
I'll just do it.
Okay. I just didn't want to make the decision. Oh, wow, and I didn't realize this, but Sean's got that Miser's Steam Vents.
2 Steam Vents.
2 Steam Vents. So Josh has a really good 7. He's got Top and Opal alive. He's got Ancestral. Sean has his patented Mental Misstep and a whole lot of air.
Yeah. He does have Dig if the game gets a little longer.
Yeah, but Josh's hand isn't about going very long.
Yeah,
Josh is going to push this.
I
imagine we're going to see turn 1 Ancestral from Josh, which will get misstepped. There may be a Thoughtcast as well. I don't think that Sean will force the Thoughtcast. That would be at poor value.
So Sean scries and puts Mana Crypt on the bottom.
I agree with that. He does not need Mana Crypt with his hand.
Yeah.
Plays Island. I don't like that. I would have preferred Steam Vents tapped there.
Yeah. I think it's... I don't
know. Because it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, right? Like, if he plays it untapped, or rather, yeah, to play it untapped is 2 life.
Yeah.
Which is all saved by misstepping, so, like, I would just play Steam Vents tapped there. Let's see.
I don't know. I think he has both colors. It really doesn't truly matter, I'd say.
It could matter next turn, right? Like, we don't know what he draws, but, like, if he needs, let's say next turn he needs a 3-drop. Ooh, let's see what happens with the Binding Top.
Does that eat it? Oh.
Yep, it's gonna eat it.
Oof.
Which means we're gonna definitely, he's likely to force pitch Ancestral, or force pitch Dig on Ancestral here because of how far behind he's gonna be.
Oh, he's Ancestraling in response to the misstep.
Right, well, so Josh needs to get his Opal alive.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if he forces pitching Dig, he just has nothing now.
Right, but so once Josh commits to the Ancestral, he shows that he really needs the top. So it becomes a valuable fight because, like, look at the game. If Josh lands top, there's nothing Sean can't compete with Josh's card quality. Now the Mox Opal's off. He doesn't have Thoughtcast and he doesn't have Thirst for Knowledge. So like they're both in the same spot. They have nothing except that Josh has gas to draw.
Yeah.
We play Steam Vents tapped here. Again, I don't like the Vault. If we're gonna play Steam Vents, we have to play it optimally.
Maybe he's slightly embarrassed he has them.
Yeah, I mean he'll just pay 2 life later. I don't know.
Yeah. Did he just pass?
Maybe he's holding it to just bluff something. So there's
Maybe.
Exarch. I would play. I would wait on Steam Vents. I would Exarch the Underground Sea in his upkeep.
Yeah.
I would totally slam it here.
Just
Well,
oh,
his way to win the game, right, is to draw a Splinter Twin here
right.
and hope
Top
that
deck.
Josh didn't fight over the misstep on top or the force on Ancestral. Um, so okay, I don't like this Time Walk again. It's just he's cycling a Time Walk,
Yeah, he's casting Explore.
and he's under no pressure. It's not even Explorer, right? Like it didn't even really
Well, you
do
can
much.
cast Explore if you don't have a land in your hand. So,
So the Lotus Petal is interesting now. So Lotus Petal turns on Opal, and it
right.
pushes the game fast.
Pay 2 for Thoughtcast. He can leave up Opal to have Rainbow available.
Yeah, or he could just go 3 for Thirst if he wants to push tempo. It depends what he wants.
I would Thoughtcast first because he can Thoughtcast again if he draws an artifact, like an artifact land, a seat.
Okay.
So it just
Yeah, I guess
goes.
I mean, wouldn't he be able to do that anyway if he goes Thirstier?
No, because the Thoughtcast costs 2.
If he goes Thirst, which would cost him 3,
Right.
he'd
So
have 3. If he draws Seat,
you have to
specific-
draw. Yeah, you have to draw. And he draws Emerald Time Vault. Okay, so he plays Emerald. Thoughtcast costs 1. He can still draw a land and play out Time Vault. Which, actually, no. Exarch is weirdly worded, so Sean couldn't even, like, untap his opponent's Time Vault to help him out.
yeah, he'd be a bro. So yeah, I would have played this game differently if I was Sean. If his top card here ends Black Lotus is fun. If his top card ends up being Splinter Twin, he's gonna feel really awkward. It's what,
I think he's going to end a turn it. What if he end a turns and taps the Lotus Petal? Oh, he's Breaking Petal. Breaking Petal for Ponder. He really wants a land. This is what this looks like. It's like, I really would like to play a land this turn.
I mean, it could also be I'm digging for Academy.
Academy or Key?
I mean, yeah, sure. Key ends the game.
Key is win, yeah.
Right. He has 4 mana. Yeah, Key would end the game. But it looks like he's pushing while his opponent seems to have little to no resistance. Wait. Oh, okay. So the cards that he's looking at are Dig Through Time and Force of Will. So I imagine he's going to draw Force now and then draw Dig next turn. Force of Will likely means this game is going to get pushed. Well, if he force pitches Thirst. Oh, he has Dig mana though. Yeah, no, I think Josh is heavily favored here now.
Yeah.
So yeah, if Sean's top card is Deceiver as a Splinter Twin, he had a chance to win this game.
He was not confident in his brew when he sent it to me this morning. He said he built it at 5 a.m. this morning. I said, well, you built like Doomsday and never played it before and top 8'd, so I think you're good, but not the way double mulligan is just not what he wants. Oh, he just passes. Lotus pass, so he's going to Exarch. No, he's just going to hide it.
Flusterstorm. Okay, what didn't matter? Does he play? He's sandbagging that Steam Vent.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to reveal he's playing Steam Vent. I think he's embarrassed by it.
So there's the Dig Through Time that we saw get shuffled up.
Yeah. I
Um,
don't know what the third card is. He didn't reveal it, but
no, I mean I think he's gonna Thirst first. If I'm Josh, I Thirst, but he's been playing very differently than I would be playing from his position. But I would like a Thirst here. I think that would push us through our deck and set up our dig better. And there's a chance that we hit. There we go. I think Josh is. There we go. There's a chance that we hit Academy on the Thirst or some other.
Or Key Academy, Tinker. There's a lot of live draws off this Thirst.
So now that there's a chance that Sean Flusterstorm is back to break Lotus.
That'd be 2. You have to pay 2.
Yeah, I would like to wait here if I'm Sean. Yeah, he lets it go. He realizes he has to wait. So we draw 3 not artifacts. The third card was Library of Alexandria.
That was the first card he drew.
Right, so that was the third card from the Ponder.
Oh, okay. There we go. So we knew he's about to draw Library, and then 2
Yeah.
randoms. There's Strand, Confluence.
We're throwing Strand and likely Confluence away. Oh, he throws Library. So Josh is going all the way out. The way I would have played this hand is I would have played Library there, Thirsted again, pitched Time Vault, and been on Library. But that's, I guess I'm playing a little different than Josh was.
I don't know if he wants to break Lotus for that. Break Lotus for Thirst is not that crazy. It's not the...
Well, it's not for Thirst, it's to turn Library on.
Okay, I gotcha.
Like, yes, the brokenness of Black Lotus into Thirst for Knowledge isn't there, but turning on your library when your opponent's showing you air is broken.
Well, yeah, we turn on when he does the draw step. So he drew another volcanic, so his
Well, if I was Josh, I would have thrown Time Vault to the first Thirst instead of the
okay.
two cards, and then he would have drawn Mana Vault to throw to the second one. So he would have been live, but it's okay. He still has a commanding position in this game. We're nitpicking, or I'm nitpicking on little things. Trying to keep everyone interested in a game that's particularly seeming to be one-sided right now.
I think you're just revealing your love affair with Library of Alexandria.
That card's one of my favorite cards. It's such a good card. I actually got into an argument, or not an argument, but a long-standing discussion with a lot of shop players. I feel that the best play a blue player can make against shops is to lead out with a library, or one of the better plays. Fetch land's probably the best, but if you don't have a fetch, library is so good because it forces them to wasteland immediately. So like if you're turn one on the play, library go, right? Your shop player either has to immediately have wasteland for your library, or they have to have a combination of cards that make it that you're unable to cast Force of Will through library. So like if you play library, go, right, and they play a sphere, you untap, draw with library, play a land, you can now play Force of Will through sphere. Then if they play second sphere, you can force it, or you can play with them, or you can let it resolve. But you're going to keep drawing resources to be able to get out. Okay, we have Vault and Key, and there's a Time Vault. So there's a Fluster Storm. So yeah, I would love to see Sean with the funny Deceiver Exarch untap your Time Vault in response to the Voltaic Key.
Sadly. Oh wait, no, hold on. He played it in the wrong order. He should have played Time Vault first, because now Sean can, in response, Exarch the key.
Sure. So Sean gets one turn, and he's gonna respond with Exarch.
He's gonna Exarch it.
Right.
Cat's out of the bag. I'm on Twin.
Sean's gonna Fluster Storm. And then Josh is gonna Fluster Storm back. But even though did Josh miss a land for the turn, or has he played his land yet? He hasn't played a land, right?
No, he hasn't played a land.
Josh will have his Flooded Strand into play, crack, Vault Key, he wins. He can't win this turn. He can only do it next turn. I would... we force here. Yeah, we force.
We force it, but...
Force pitch dig, and then we Fluster Storm the Fluster Storm, and
I understand he was playing Key first to see if there was any missteps before he...
Josh is just thinking, Josh is being very disciplined again. He's just going to he's thinking about letting it resolve and just having force Fluster Storm up.
That's pretty good.
I mean, it's certainly a line.
Does he have 2 mana floating, or what is that?
He has 2 blue floating from the Lotus.
Oh, okay. Oh no, it's
Josh is asking if you played a land. Let me scroll up.
No, he played a land when he discarded his 2 lands out of his hand. So he does have a land drop, because he played a Mana Confluence in past. Yeah, he played the Mana Confluence or last. Yeah, because he did the Thirst and then he discarded the 2 lands and played Confluence. Now it's the new turn. Drew Vault, went Vault, tapped Emerald, play Vault, and then now this line here we broke Lotus for that.
We broke Lotus and Vault to cast Thirst for Knowledge, which set everything up. This dig through time is interesting. I'm not... all right, so the odds of him hitting a blue card are super high, out of 7, so he's probably fine. Sean's going to respond here with Fluster Storm, I would imagine. I mean, what he could be disciplined and wait? I'm probably dead here. We agree, Sean.
Fluster Storm.
I
got you, right? Now he's got to click all of his Storm copies, right?
Right? Pretend that it's Moto. I think Josh just responds with Fluster Storm. So had Sean played that Steam Vents, he could have kept... So Fluster Storm versus Fluster Storm is interesting. Okay, so we're just going to force pitch.
Yeah, force pitch thing, and then take all the turns.
Good game. Yeah.
Shows the Steam Vents. The Steam Vents.
Sand Vents.
Oh no, he conceded. I want to know what his top card was.
Yeah.
Oh man, what if it was Twin? Live the dream. Okay,
Right?
so we're taking a short break, and then we'll be ready for game number 3.